Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu. I have the honor for speak and share my argument about our opinions of this word book. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you about Sophie's word novel. Even though it took me a long time to understand it deeply. In addition to understand, in addition to his rather vigorous book, it also requires more dedication than any other book. It is, in fact, a philosophy novel. I therefore had to read the novel several times in order to get to the point. This is the philosophy history novel that will fascinate us in its unique way. A bestseller who will be remembered all the time since it first appeared in Norway, the Jasengard country. Its author in 1991, the book has been translated into 30 languages and sold more than 9 million copies around the world. The word of Sophie told me about Sophie, a 14-year-old high school student. One day after school, she got a mysterious letter that contained only one question. Who are you? It's surprised. On the same day, he received another letter asking, where did the word come from? As if she had snapped out of the routine of daily life. The letters began to make Sophie question the underlying issues of life. He started studying philosophy, but who is the bearer of these mysterious letters? How did she know him? And anyway, why would he send Sophie a philosophy lesson? In those letters, it turned out that he and Sophie were both under someone else's watch. How come? What exactly is so interesting about Sophie's world? Perhaps for some it is interesting because it, it, it has succeeded in simplifying complex philosophical discussion into simple language. For some others, the Sophie word written by Jason Garrett and would become a bestseller in several countries. Is compelling because the author managed to intrigue the reader. Uh, if it were for me, who happened to get a book while walking in Bandung, it was interesting for two reasons. First, it was deeply impressed when Albert Knox wrote for Sophie. Many of the people who live in the world are just as strange as the magician who pulled a rabbit out of an empty hat. In the rabbit case, we know the magician got us. What we want to know is how he did it. Unlike our world, we know that it is not a trick of the hands, for we are in it. We, we are part of the world. We are part of that world. Actually, where the white rabbits that were pulled out of the hat. The difference is the difference was the rabbit didn't realize it was part of a magic trick. Unlike us, we realize that we are part of something mysterious and we want to know how it all worked out. The curiosity described above leads us to use our intellect. It's just it's just that the gardener cleverly wrote Sophie's word story with a completely unreasonable amount of imagination. How a cartoon character left in front of Sophie. How the world changed when we drank one of the flutes, and how Sophie and her teacher Albert Knox could vanish and replace spying on Hal and his father. But this is the reason for my second interest. Uh, I think this is my opinion about Sophie's World book. Uh, it's amazing book I have ever read, and I want to recommend it for you to read this book. It's amazing book in my life, I think. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much for audience who has listened my opinion or my argument for Sophie's Word book. I think thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.